What is going on, traders? We got a pretty jam-packed video, but before we start, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So in my last video, we were pretty spot on as far as what's going to happen today. I told you guys that I don't expect a sell-off to happen like almost immediately, and we pretty much had our dead cat bounce that I was pretty much saying could happen just simply based off the daily time frame. Now, granted, I did say I don't trust this inverted hammer pattern right here, but turns out it played out, and if it looks like the pattern, assume that it is the pattern until it is proven otherwise. But on the daily time frame on the SPY, you have your inverted hammer pattern, and it's somewhat played out. Nothing too crazy as far as upside for the SPY specifically, but we did get some upside in the reversal pattern. We can assume that it did play out. Now, can we continue up from here? Well, I can't speak much for the SPY here because if we look at what happened today, it was pretty weird. A lot of stocks were pretty much just going insane to the upside, but the SPY was just not doing anything. Okay, it was just pretty much pivoting back and forth between this range. And as you guys can see, we're right at this daily supply and demand zone and on top of this rising wedge that I spoke about in like the last two videos. So we're in this really tight range. So I imagine that if anything, we may just continue to bounce within this range. It may be a boring day tomorrow, who knows? Or we break back into the supply and demand zone here and maybe form some type of double top. Remember, I told you guys, the double top is still in play here as far as the daily time frame goes. I've said this in like the last two videos that I still think a double top scenario is in play here. We either form a double top or we just make a lower high and then potentially break down. Another scenario here is that it just gets really annoying. Okay, it just really gets annoying. I've said this like maybe one other time where the market just finesses us and just does this over and over and maybe just squeeze back to the downside or to the upside. All right. But I do expect more downside as far as this week. Maybe the news that we get on Thursday or Friday can cause that to happen. If you don't know, we don't really have anything going on tomorrow. We have new home sales. But as far as Thursday go, we have unemployment claims at 8:30 Eastern and then we got a bunch of news Thursday actually. Wow. That is a lot. Yeah, but we got a lot of news on Thursday, so pay attention to that. But Friday, I think, is going to be our big day with core PCE data, so that's something to pay attention to. We got a lot going on Friday too. All right, so Thursday and Friday is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very volatile day, if I have to say so myself. So if you are a trader that trades off news or based off news, something to pay attention to. Key levels here is obviously 544 on the SPY. You want to see us break below. If you're bearish, you want to see us break back into this wedge. If you don't have this wedge on your chart, then simply put, you just want to see 544 break. I still think we could potentially see 537 on the SPY. I may have to reevaluate if we're going to see 530 because I mean bulls are just tough. I mean they just are tough in this market. But I imagine if we are going to see that move to 530, then obviously the news either Thursday or Friday could make that happen. But right now we're going to focus on our first target of 537, which I still think is on the table. But as far as tomorrow goes, simply because we don't have much news tomorrow. We just have home sales. I imagine this move to the upside is going to continue, or we just consolidate, which would be really annoying. We just consolidate into the news Thursday and Friday. Now, one thing I tell you guys all the time is that usually the market, when we have events and news events, the market tends to run into these events. Now, granted, I thought maybe we like sell off towards close of day, and we kind of did as far as stocks are concerned, but nothing too crazy. So I have to assume that tomorrow we're just going to continue this uptrend until we get some actual major news. All right. I don't think home sales is going to really cause anything insane to happen, but who knows? All right. The market just reacts weird to various news events. So we'll pay attention to that. As far as upside goes, because I keep talking about downside, you just want to get break of previous highs. Simple as that. 550 on the spot. All right. That's when I will become like really bullish again. But right now I'm leaning more like 70-30 bearish right now. So nothing too crazy. And I mean, even the downside, 537 is still on the table here, guys. There's not much. 530 will evaluate if we get to 537. So right now the focus is 537 on the SPY. I think I've said enough on that, and that's all I have as far as the SPY. Triple Qs. Triple Qs did majority of the market movement. As far as I'm concerned, I told you guys in the last video that, or I tell you guys this all the time, that gaps have very strong support and resistance. Granted, we didn't really get to the gap at 470. I thought we would at least see 470 today, so I was wrong about that. But we didn't get it. I figured if anything we were going to get a sell off. We'll see 470 and then a dead cat bounce, but we didn't get that. So we just immediately bounced. All right. So was right and wrong at the same time. All right, so you take it how you want. All right, but as far as the triple Qs goes, it's still the same here. I think the double top scenario is still in play. We could see a bigger move heading into tomorrow. We may go as high as previous highs tomorrow. I don't know what will cause that. Maybe home sales cause that, but right now, 488 is possible here. All right, we see a 488 move, maybe a double top scenario, or we create new highs and hit this trend once again at around 492, 490 on the triple Qs, and then break down. Another scenario, your third scenario here is I told you guys this before. We just do this. Uh, okay, that was terribly done, but you guys get the idea. We just consolidate and do this and just continue, not consolidate, but continue to just make new highs. That would be really annoying, in my opinion. I mean, it would be great, but annoying at the same time because I really would like better buying opportunities as far as like Apple and Microsoft, the stocks that I've been telling you guys about for like the past 50 videos. I would really like those buying opportunities to happen, but if the market could just play games and just continue to just do this move right here. Right? That would be really annoying. Do this move right here. And I mean, it is the daily time frame we're looking at. So these are pretty significant moves. But I would really like to see somewhat of a drop. Give us at least 537 on the SPY and 460 on the Qs, and I will be happy. All right. I will be happy. So if anything, I imagine if we do get those moves, it can happen Thursday or Friday. Your key level here on the triple Qs, as far as downside, is still this gap fill at around 470. That's your strongest resistance right now. 470. If you want to count the how this day pretty much, I would say, closed, I guess you would say 473, 473.8 will be your next support level, and then after that you can head to 470 towards this gap fill. And remember, guys, gaps have very strong support and resistance. They're made to manipulate you and psych you out of your trades, to prevent you from trading, or they gas you into thinking it's a good trade. See, right here, for example, this big stupid candle right here, this red candle right here, easy way to get trapped. Because you see how big this red candle is, pause, but you see this red candle and you immediately think, all right, we're definitely going to this gap. We got to fill this gap. Look at how, look how strong bears are in this candle. And then this happens. All right. I'm telling you, gaps manipulate you. All right. It's really hard not to have tunnel vision on a gap. I understand. Me, I treat gaps like support and resistance. Simple as that. All right. That's the best advice I can give you if you are a trader that just gets tricked by gaps all the time. Don't feel bad about it. I've been there before, trust me. All right, but that's what I have for the triple Qs. Nothing too much there. All right, so let's get into some stocks. All right. So first off, in the Discord, congratulations if you took the meta play. We did 515 calls for June 28th. I've been doing a lot of calls for this week. I'm not usually doing that. I did a lot of calls for this week. I usually don't do same week plays, but I figured we got to get these moves out the way. Right now we're in Apple to 12.5 calls. I think Apple is going to revisit 215, maybe tomorrow. And then what else are we in actually? Tesla, yeah. So we're in Tesla 190 calls as well. Tesla's a hit or miss, but we'll go over that in a minute. Tesla's like my arch nemesis right next to AMD, but we'll go over that in a minute. But first, let's go over Apple. So Apple. All right, Apple looks great. I've been on a daily time frame this whole time. I'm usually looking at the 4 hour time frame, but Apple looks like it wants to see upside again. I have to say that much. All right. So I told you guys that until Apple breaks 206, 207 range, it's just going to sit up here. All right. Right now, I think Apple is going to revisit. If you do have a bullish day tomorrow, Apple's going to revisit about this trend line right here at around 217 before we potentially see another breakdown. Again, I would really love for Apple to revisit 200, 196 range. I'm not gonna, dive into it. I'm sure you guys are tired of me. Actually, we're gonna get into it because I get new viewers every day, so we're gonna get into it. Sorry if you've been here for a while and you're just tired of me talking about how good Apple is. Double bottom on the weekly time frame, bottom here, bottom here. You got your neckline 200, 196. My buying opportunity is around 196, 200 on Apple. You couldn't ask for a better buying opportunity. I mean, you could, but me honestly, I don't think Apple's going to go any lower than that prior to its earnings. Apple has a history of running up into its earnings. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. If Apple can hit this, please believe that I am looking for elite plays on Apple. Elite play is trade that you take a year out. All right, so that's what I will be looking at as far as Apple. I would love to see a retest of this neckline from the double bottom in the weekly time frame, and I'm definitely going to get the Discord ready for a potential trade here. We look at the monthly time frame. Boom. Another double bottom. I mean, it's the same double bottom, but on a different time frame. Bottom here, neckline 200, 196. I'm telling you guys now, I'm so ready for this play. But the market is going to play games for now, and right now, until Apple breaks 206, can't really get excited for now, at least, until that happens. But right now, I think Apple is going to retest 215. Highest it can go is probably 220, but 215 is what I'm looking at, and that's the trade that we are in. 212.5 calls in the Discord. Um, Currently in profit, nothing too crazy. I would say is nothing extravagant. It's like some change, but really looking forward to this tomorrow. Let's see how things play out. Uh, if we break down, we break down. If it breaks 206, then I'll be or 207 actually, then I'll be looking to get out the trade. But other than that, pretty good week so far. We won every trade so far. Right now, we're just still in current trades as far as Apple and Tesla goes. Let's go over Amazon before we get into Tesla. Amazon. I don't care. Amazon still looks great. Don't care what the market is doing. I just don't care until the market like goes to this looks crazy. I thought I like cleared this out, but I am so sorry. This probably looks crazy to you guys. They're like, what is going on here? Amazon still looks great. All right. So the trend line. So this is the daily trend line. This big trend line. Let's actually zoom out, and then the smaller trend lines are the 4 hour trend line. So I'm sorry. I usually like try to clear things up before I make a video. I just so happen to skip Amazon on this, but Amazon. I think it. I think it's gonna. It's ready. It's so ready, guys. I'm telling you, it's calling. It's so ready. I don't know if the market sells off. I don't I don't know how Amazon's going to react. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't know because Amazon because what we're witnessing in the market is not only a sector rotation, but we're seeing rotations between stocks where some stocks go up, some tech stocks go up, and some go down. So that's something to be cautious about. But I just don't think Amazon is going to break down. I just don't. I'm sorry. Lowest I'm looking at, maybe, and I mean, it has a lot to break through for that to even happen, is a move back to 180, 182 range. That's the lowest I could be looking at. But as far as everything else, Amazon looks. It's calling my name, man. It's calling your name. I'm telling you guys now. Amazon looks amazing. I know the chart looks like absolutely insane. But right now, it looks like Amazon could retest this 4 hour trend right here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate how this looks for you guys. But hopefully you guys can keep up with this. Right here, boom. Maybe if we get some type of red day tomorrow, a little red, 184.9 is where this trend is, and then bounce higher. But I still believe Amazon is going to hit 200, even higher than that. It's just showing me no reason why it wouldn't. It's just not. It looks so good. It still looks good. I still feel strongly about it. I told you guys before 192. It breaks 192. Pack your bags, get you some hot Cheetos, get you another Capri Sun. We're going to the moon. Get you some applesauce. I like applesauce. I don't care what you think. I don't care how grown you are. You should like applesauce. Simple as that. Just be ready for this. Amazon is calling our name. And I even showed you guys. Like I even told you guys 192. What happened right here? This was like yesterday, I believe. We went all the way to like 191 right here, supply and demand zone. So you guys know I'm not making this stuff up. We tried to break out the supply and demand zone, broke down. That's look how strong we broke down. So you guys know I'm not making this up. That just shows you how big of a level this is for Amazon. Apple, we did it. Microsoft, we did it with 435. I told you guys it breaks 435. Microsoft's going to go crazy. Apple breaks 200. It's going to go crazy. This is proof right here that if Amazon can get out of here, if it can get out of here, guys, it's going to go ballistic. All right, it's going to go ballistic. Monthly chart. The monthly chart is it wants it bad. Let's erase everything so things don't get. It wants it so bad. Look at this. Look at this consolidation over here. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. So that just shows you how strong 192 is on this chart or for Amazon. Look at this. It's trying. It wants it. It's begging. It's like, please give me some news. Give me something. Give me say AI. Say AI. Somebody say AI. we're going to the moon. Right? That's really what I have for Amazon. It still looks good. I have no reason to think it looks bad. It still looks good. Now, granted, the market does look a little shaky, but until the market starts breaking down, I still have faith in Amazon. I'm sorry. Call me biased, but it's not showing me a reason to be a bear. It's not showing me a reason to sell off or get out of my positions or anything like that. It looks great. All right, simple as that. Next stock, Tesla. I I don't know what possessed me to trade Tesla. I honestly don't. I mean, obviously TA, but it's just like this thing is so annoying. Now, Tesla looks good. It's just annoying, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's annoying. I'm pretty sure if you trade Tesla or even have shares in Tesla, it's annoying you as well. But Tesla looks good. This is the daily supply and demand zone. This big rectangle box right here. Your daily supply and demand zone, and we closed above 187, guys. That is huge. Actually, it's 186, 186.5. We closed above that right here. This trend right here. This is the 4-hour trend or either the 2-hour trend, one or the other. But as you guys can see, I didn't make it up. I didn't force it. Connection here or rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, and a breakout here. And look what happened. Look what happened here. We mounted the daily supply and demand zone. We broke out of this trend, mounted the daily supply and demand zone. As far as I'm concerned, Tesla can head to 192, 194 range. All right. Simple as that. It can happen. I think it's going to happen this week. I think it's going to happen this week right here. So we zoom out. Let's zoom out a bit. We zoom out and yeah, let's get a much better view. Let's mark this out so we can understand what's going on here and why I say 192, 184. Right here, this trend. You rejected here, you rejected here. Right now, we broke out of supply and demand zone and we broke this 4-hour trend. I'm telling you now, boom, right here. There you go. Simple as that. Easy math. Easy math there. You can't if you think I made the supply and demand zone up, I mean, look here. You rejected here. You rejected here. You consolidate. You tried to break out here, but then you broke back down, and then you consolidated under it. You finally broke out. You broke a trend. Easy money. Simple math, people. Tesla, I believe, is going to 192 sometime this week. 194, latest maybe next week. I think it's going to happen. Simple as that. And the amount of space we have is at least to 192. Me personally, I may look to take profit at around 190. I don't want to get too greedy, especially dealing with Tesla. It's just annoying. Okay, it's just annoying. It likes to give gains back very fast. So I don't want to play games with it. Simple as that. Next stock is TLT. Someone asked for TLT. Let's look at TLT. Oh, I already have it charted. That's cool. All right, so that works. I already have TLT charted. I don't know when I did this because I don't trade this. But TLT. Let's look at the daily. Let's observe real quick. Let's see what we're looking at. All right, this is looking great, looking amazing. Okay, so we have our trend here. I probably did this like last week. We have our trend here, as you guys can see. Rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. You consolidated and then you broke down, rejected, and then you finally broke this trend. Look what happened here. You broke through, you retested the trend. Okay, this is actually beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie. Whoever asked for this is a beautiful setup. Okay. Um, as far as I'm concerned, let's actually try to get a price target on where this thing can go. Let's look at the 4-hour. No, it wouldn't make sense to look at the well. Okay, so right now we're in a 4-hour supply and demand zone as far as TLT goes. So I'm assuming we need news for this thing to break out. I mean, it's already breaking out, but break out even more. So right here, we're just consolidating as far as TLT. It looks like it attempted to break out. Hopefully you guys can see this actually. It looks like it attempted to break out here and then it broke back down. That's kind of well, actually, no. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm a little wrong. Just a little bit wrong. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So we need to break 95. Simple as that. We need to break 95. We break above 95. I think TLT is going to go higher. I think the obvious target here will be 100. Let's actually look at the weekly because that's a pretty big target. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, 100. Easy. Easy. No doubt in my mind. 100. This thing's heading to 100. Weekly chart. Beautiful. You 100. Simple as that. That's all I have for TLT. Yeah, you enjoy that, buddy. If you're in that trade. If you're in puts, good luck. SOXL. Someone asked for XOXL. Um, SOXL looks good. It looks like it wants to bounce here. I, I haven't. That's it. I have nothing else. It looks like it wants to bounce. As you guys can see here, bounce, bounce, bounce. Currently bouncing. I mean, this is a strong trend. Until it breaks this trend, XOXL looks good. So this would be short term. I think this is a good buying opportunity. Actually, let me not jump the gun. Right here, you want to see SOXL break 57. All right, you can jump the gun here if you want. I don't think it's worth the risk given the conditions of the market. But 57, you get a close above 57 on SOXL. So something like this. Come on, here we go. Something like this. You want to see 57, maybe a retest, and then break higher. And the highest it could go is about 65. I would say 60 or 65. Between 60, 65. So, no, actually 63, 65. Sorry. All right. I'm sure there's a fair value gap in this area right here as well that needs to be filled up. So, yeah, I like SOSL. It actually looks really good here. It looks like it's going to bounce, and it looks like semiconductors can see more upside tomorrow, given just how this is looking. Let's see what else. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing else. This looks great. That's all I got. I mean, it looks great. I have nothing else as far as SOXL goes. So, that's all I have. I believe I went over the stocks that everyone asked for. But if you have more recommendations, feel free to comment below or let me know in the Discord. And I have no issues going over the stocks if they make sense. I don't go over penny stocks. I don't go over just dumb stocks in general. All right. I guess I went over meme stocks, so I'm kind of contradicting myself. But look, they're stocks. They squeeze, okay? I mean, they got the potential to give you a lot of money. I'm sorry, but as far as meme stocks and anything else, as far as penny stocks, I will not go over. I'm sorry. Um, Give me some decent, bigger names, and I will have try my best to go over them. All right, but. As far as tomorrow goes, pretty bullish heading into tomorrow. I think we're going to see a little bit more upside. If not, we'll just consolidate and it'll just be a boring day, but we'll see what happens. Still think a potential sell off is going to happen. And that's pretty much the video. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. Oh, last but not least, I'm sorry, Bitcoin. Let's just look at Bitcoin real quick. Yeah, I told you guys worst case scenario, Bitcoin just does a retest, and it looks like it wants to do that. So as far as a retest goes, it can start heading to either 65K or as high as about 68K. Maybe hit the supply and demand zone one more time before a potential sell off. We actually can zoom out, as you guys can see if you're new to the channel. So you guys know I'm not making this up. I still have a price target. It got pretty close to our price target at around 57K. It hit 58K. I still think that's on the table. I could if until it breaks back above at least 69K, 70K to really be safe, then I'm pretty bearish on Bitcoin right now. My lowest price target is about 52K, between 46K and 52K. Sounds like a crazy price target, but I've been called crazier for other price targets and they all hit. But that's all I have for this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. Until the next video, traders, have a good one.